This, are you into crypto?
I own some crypto.
Oh, don't do this. I'm too old thing. You're hot as a pistol. What do you have? Tell me you've got Bitcoin.
Yeah, I have some Bitcoin.
You got the bit. All right.
How much do you have?
I have Ethereum. I actually only did Ethereum.
Only did Ethereum.
And you know what? I don't know why. I just shied away from Bitcoin when I first was
But you've been in a
it.
while. I haven't been in that long because my friend who opens for me, Ted Alexandro, he got really into the crypto during the lockdown portion. So he's like,
one of the best.
They
opened
like
up
the Jim Gaffigan of comedy.
He's more like the Brian Regan.
Yeah.
I think he's more of a Regan kind of guy. Yeah. You're closer to the Jim Gaffigan than I think you are.
Yeah, and there's some of that.
A little. You have a touch of it.
But so let's talk about. So you grew up in what, Cabrini Green?
I was on the 15th floor.
15th floor.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of 10 kids. No, what? So where did you grow up in Beverly?
No, I grew up Beverly. I grew up in what is affectionately called River North.
Yeah.
Old Town and near Zanies. Yeah. I lived right over there. Clark Division. I lived on Dearborn.
Fancy up there.
It's fancy, boy.
Fancy up there.
But the irony was I grew up in subsidized housing. My mom was a single mom, and we had Section 8 in really, so nice buildings, they have to have certain units of Section 8.
And you're this very intelligent kid, and your mom was like, he's going to be fine. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to go and be a filthy comic.
A dirtbag. Well, I got kicked out of Moody Bible. Shout out to Moody Bible.
Really?
Got kicked out.
What do you mean kicked out? Is that I don't even know what that means.
They remove you from their curriculum. You are not allowed to go to school there anymore. I got asked to leave politely. My mother, one of the nuns.
Is Moody Bible, is that a Catholic school? I guess?
It's right.
Jim, do you know anything?
It's right across from Second City. Did you ever go to Second City? Ever in the city?
I went and saw a show there.
Yeah, it's right across the street. It's a big church right on the corner right there. It's a church and a school. But I got asked to leave for being violent and disruptive. I was a little fighter. I was a little bad boy.
You were a bad boy.
I was a little bad boy.
See, I don't see you as a violent type, but
you get to know me, it gets bad.
So you have a temper.
I think I've calmed it down now as I've grown out of a lot of the shit I was angry about. I think it just slowly goes away. It's like how Burr kind of slowly pushed it away. It was really hot at one point.
I don't know. I feel like I love.
He could still snap.
By the way, I knew Bill Burr when he was Billy Burr.
I know. I didn't. But Eddie from the Improv, Eddie the bartender at the Improv, he used to always say that. He's like, man, you got the same energy as Billy Burr, and I thought he was being condescending. But he's like, no, we called him Billy Burr. This whole Bill Burr thing was new. That's what he said. I never had heard that before.
I remember when Jeff Ross was Jeff Lifschultz.
Shame. Did you quit smoking?
About 30 years ago.
And you're doing those things still?
I'm still doing it.
Do they work?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
A little. All right, so what do you miss the most about Chicago? This is my segue of talking about pizza.
I like it. I'm going to pour you a little bit. Do you want to have a little sauce?
Yeah,
all
what is so these are all these different kinds.
Just different kinds of
What's
jazz.
the most expensive one?
Well, this is Blanton's. This is tough to get your fingers on.
Oh yeah.
People don't like that I have this.
So and by the way, if you get all the bottles and you line them up, it looks like a horse race, right?
Well, and it also right there, each of these letters spells Blanton's. That's an L bottle.
Wow.
And people collect these.
And were they bad people, the Blantons, or were they good people?
You would imagine they were bad, but it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Are you asking if they own people of any kind?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what they did.
I don't think Tennessee was a big...
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky, yeah. Well, I think it's too hilly.
You think it's too hilly to kind of to own people? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Cheers to me. Look at us.
Look at us.
I think maybe Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky's in the south.
It's right near Indiana.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to tell me.
Yeah.
There's a part of Indiana that was like very Midwest, everything we grew up with, everything I ever knew. And then there was parts of Indiana I would visit, family or friends. It was a little hicky.
Oh, yeah.
But so much wasn't. What's the dividing line?
Well, the thing about Indiana is, obviously, I haven't lived there for 30 years, but when I was growing up, this is what I knew, and this is what I've experienced, is that Northwest Indiana, which is Rust Belt, which is kind of like, it's Chicagoland, same television stations, also same time zone.
Right.
So, like, we're part of Central, but the rest of Indiana is Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And so Northwest Indiana is rejected by Indiana and rejected by Chicago.
Yeah,
historically. So like when I'm in Chicago, and I say I'm from Northwest Indiana, they're like, "Where's that?" I'm like, "It's 10 minutes away." And they're like, "Really?"
It's the tip of the lake.
They're like, "Isn't that the road to Michigan?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, it is essentially." Because people would go on vacation
Yeah.
in Michigan, not in Indiana.
No.
But so there's a strange identity crisis in Indiana. So even when I perform in Indy, they're all excited that I'm from Indiana, and then they find out I'm from Northwest Indiana, and they're like,
They're kind of bummed about it.
"Yeah."
What's your best market in the Midwest? What do you think you do the best in?
I don't know. It's
Is there one you like the most?
I like them all. I mean, I like performing in all different size cities. So I like, Cedar Rapids. I like Rochester, Minnesota. I like some of these, not huge cities that are kind of there's a fun, kind of like the smaller towns are almost kind of interesting.
Did you feel a different? Okay, so listen, because I'm at a point in my career when I do a smaller city, it's just tougher to get people out.
Yeah.
When I do big cities, I can really do well.
Yeah.
But so when I go to these cities at this stage, it almost feels like going backwards if I go to a smaller. Are you into crypto?
I own some crypto.
Oh, don't do this. I'm too old thing. You're hot as a pistol. What do you have? Tell me you've got Bitcoin.
Yeah, I have some Bitcoin.
You got the bit. All right.
How much do you have?
I have Ethereum. I actually only did Ethereum.
Only did Ethereum.
And you know what? I don't know why. I just shied away from Bitcoin when I first was.
But you've been in a while. I haven't been in that long because my friend who opens for me, Ted Alexandro, he got really into the crypto during the lockdown portion. So he's like, when we tour,
did he sucker you into doing it?
Did.
Yeah. It's always one of your good friends.
He's like, the mayor of New York got his first two paychecks in crypto.
Is that real?
That's true.
Holy shit! Would you ever take a gig pay in crypto? If you played some huge theater and they're like, Jim, we'll give you the cash or crypto.
I want to hear your thing about NFTs. What about NFTs?
I'm starting to really sniff around them because I think they're super interesting. Because I've gotten in this debate with people that the typical answer is always like, it's fucking bullshit. It's like easy to go like, good. But I'm starting to understand the value in when you NFT something, every time it gets bought, you get paid back for it. Also, you can make the exclusivity is what matters. So it's much like saying for a comic, it's like crafting your perfect
Ted
joke.
Alexandro was going to sell a special on crypto, via crypto, and
he didn't do it? That's a great idea.
This a couple of years ago, and he didn't do it.
He got scared.
No, I think it was a complication with someone building the capability, and
I think that's a great idea.
Shit, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. But
it's
like there's stuff out there. There's a story of the guy that bought the pizza with the crypto.
I heard that he bought a pizza with like 1 or 2 Bitcoin, and I think they did it later, and what he had paid for the Bitcoin versus what it's worth now, and it was like a couple $100,000 pizza or something like that.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
So who is in the NFT world?
See, I have a friend who's an artist, who's a great artist, and he's the one that told me I should do it. And he's like, I can help you, teach you how to like mint it and all that stuff. And he's been making a bunch of money in it. And I just
so what would you do? You'd do a stand-up bit?
I don't know, maybe, yeah, a stand-up bit. Or like Bobby and I's show, Bad Friends, has a lot of like fan art.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. And people make it, and there's a lot of digital fan art that they make. And I was like, what if we NFT'd one of those arts and then we split it with the artist, where the artist gets some of that trickle down and we get some of the trickle down? It's like fair for everybody.
And then they take you to court.
Yeah, but we get him involved in the beginning.
And then they take you to court.
Yeah, but you're my attorney.
And then let me explain to you. The legal ramifications are very simple. If you do not, unless you get a commitment when the art was made. Now, there's just like, that's what the whole thing is like, who shot it? Where was it shot?
Well, that's like
Pete Davidson drew a stick figure, and supposedly that is worth $20,000. Yeah.
God bless.
By the way, if I had a podcast like you,
this is our podcast now.
A weekly, it's called The Recessives, right? But you could talk about your crypto, your NFT every week,
and get people to really get into it. Well, I think it has to catch a little fire. It has to be some sort of viral.
So like those ape NFTs are taking off, right?
Right, because there has to be some sort of virality to it to like really get people interested. Otherwise, I think you're just making NFTs that I think there's people that make NFTs, they make no money. You have to have some kind of viral world built around you or it already, and then it goes. Yeah, but I don't know enough about it. I'm very interested because I do know that I don't want to be the guy in the end that goes, yeah, it was bullshit. And then everybody else was like, shit, why did you not? Why wouldn't you just play? You know? Because also, it's a lot of money. I'm scared. I don't want to invest a ton in crypto either because I don't want to lose a lot. Like, what's the most you've ever invested in something like that? Did you put a lot of money in?
I put everything in. It's all gone.
My wife and children.
No, I don't know. I mean, some of it is I'm only putting money in there that I could lose. Let me be very clear about that.
Yeah.
But it is also one of those where I talked to my friend and he's like, look, it's going to be something. Is it going to be? It's going up more than the stock market.
Sure,
So,
right.
Right? But I don't know. I mean, it's like weird. People buy art as an investment. Like that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, well, I'm too dumb to understand the depth of why something is worth more on a physical scale of the artist, and you have to understand their history and then also it's about like the lineage of who's owned the art. That's important.
Oh, really?
Which doesn't exist in the NFT